Now let's pretend that this audio has been processed and mixed exactly the way that we want it, and we want to export it. If we want to export just the audio, we would go to File, Export, and we would choose Media. That's going to open the Adobe Media Encoder, and from here we can choose a number of ways to export it. We're going to discuss that a little bit further in the next chapter. But there are other ways that you can do the exporting without going to the Media Encoder. And one of those ways is just right-click. Let me go ahead and not show the track keyframes. You can right-click, go to Edit in Adobe Sound Booth, Render and Replace, and that's going to create this audio file and is going to put it right in your project panel. But the fact that it put it in your project panel means that it saved it somewhere in your hard drive. Of course, it's opening Adobe Sound Booth. We're not interested in that right now. We're going to cover Sound Booth in another series. But what I would like to show you is where this particular clip is. If we go to File, Import, and we go to where our project is saved, in this case Chapter 9, we are going to see the clip right in there. And in this case, it's an MOV or QuickTime file, but if you're working in Windows, it could be an AVI or maybe something else. So what I'm trying to say is that if you do a render and replace, that actually creates a file for you, and it's identical to exporting it using the Adobe Media Encoder. Of course, if you use the Adobe Media Encoder, you get more options that you can change, but we're going to go over those on Chapter 10. I'm just going to go ahead and click on Cancel. The next thing that you can do also to export your clip would be to select it and then go Clip, Audio Options, Render and Replace. This is going to do exactly the same thing as before, but it's not going to open Adobe Sound Booth. In other words, this is strictly a render and replace function. Either way you want to do it, it's fine. And remember that many a times for audio cleanup, if you have Production Premium or the Master Collection, you're going to want to use Sound Booth to perform this cleanup instead of doing it directly in Premiere.